This week, Rhea and I are showing off an easy way to escape the city without having to pack up the whole house as we take a trip to Maple Grove Campground.
Then the AYL crew continues their exploration for arches as they get another great OHV ride through the desert to the Ponderosa Pines.
Finally, our friend Scott Huntsman is back to join the Utah Jeep crew for a great ride with a great cause for the off-road community in American Fork Canyon. It's all headed your way right now. At Your Leisure is next.
Little pig, let me in.
Hello, Mr. Wolf. What do you think about this humble abode?
Well, you know what? I think it's better than bricks, sticks, or hay. What do you think?
I definitely agree.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're out in Maple Grove Campground, which is right outside of Scipio, Utah. And boy, is it spectacular today.
This is one of those basic campgrounds that the Forest Service and the BLM have all over the state. There are literally hundreds of them, and people don't know about them. They're not advertised. They don't make the big five promotion. But when you get at the peak of fall colors and you're surrounded by maple trees, you want to just not have a show that's an agenda to do something. You want to be able to go somewhere and do nothing.
Absolutely, but we're going to do a lot today.
No, we're not. We're doing a lot of nothing. That's what we're doing.
We are. You're right.
There are no zip lines. There are no adventures. And we're just hanging around the campground today.
No, thank goodness we got hooked up from our friends at Stedman's Recreation out in Tooele, and they gave us this awesome travel tent and their electric bikes, and we're just gonna hang out today.
Yeah, we're gonna play like we're the in crowd. Now, a little bit later in the show, you're gonna want to stay tuned because I'm gonna tell you about these remarkable tent trailers. They're from South Africa, and there's a story behind them, and you're gonna want one by the time we're done. Well, because we already do. Well, okay, if we got a lot of nothing to do, let's get to it.
All right.
I'm going that way, where the food is.
Gee, Chad, I wish we would have brought the dog.
You know, Rhea, of all the nothing that we've done today, this is the best nothing.
It truly is. That's something. That's what I gotta say. That is something.
That is so beautiful. For some strange reason, it makes me want to drink a Coors beer.
You don't even drink beer.
I know, go figure.
Yeah, that's why they sold so much beer, just because they did that little stream right there. I'll tell you, this is something else out here. This is just a few steps away from the campground. And honestly, it's
about a 5-minute walk.
Yeah,
I did time it.
It's spectacular, and I don't know, it just really brings you close to God when I'm here. I feel like there's nobody else here. You're here.
You're here, and you're here, but
the
you're
cameraman's here.
But you're going to our where to, and we'll keep a spot for you.
In the southeast corner of Utah, the city of Blanding is a great jumping off point to explore the Bears Ears National Monument. With over 100,000 protected archaeological sites contained within, Bears Ears is unmatched for Native American history and rich with eye-popping scenery.
We're on Arch Canyon Trail, so it's a 4 or 5 mile trail that comes right up the mouth of Arch Canyon. Only about an hour up. There's a picnic area out there. There's also camping available as well in the area. It's a pretty fun trail. It's for ATVs, OHVs, and Jeeps are allowed on that trail. And we're just a few miles west of Blanding, so close to home and something that most locals ride, and a lot of people come to this area to explore this trail. So there's hiking, there's archaeological sites to see, there's some of the most unique terrain in the world out here. It's pretty rural, but that's what makes us unique here in Blanding, is that we're off the beaten path, but it's worth every minute to get out here.
I think our Arch Canyon's one of those that shouldn't be missed. Well, I call it canyon therapy, and it just takes all your worries away and different things. You're on the edges of canyons, looking down into beautiful scenery and out away from people, and getting those surprises around the corner, seeing that ruin tucked up at the cliff face. You just need to get out and enjoy yourself and let it all slip away.
Hop in the truck or the four-wheeler and go camping and hiking and explore things that are, well off the beaten path. We're about an hour away from the Four Corners Monument, so we're close to Colorado, we're close to New Mexico and Arizona, and then the Navajo Nation as well. We're the base camp to Bears Ears, we're the closest town to Bears Ears, and it's one of the best places to be, really. We've got mountains 20 miles north and canyons 20 miles south, so it's got a little bit of everything for everyone.
These days, OHVs give people of all ages and mobility incredible access to these rugged and secluded natural areas.
I do a lot of hiking, but my knees are giving out on me, and that side-by-side's looking better all the time. One thing that is incredible to me is to see some of these older folks in town that get out on those side-by-sides and have an oxygen tank in the back. To let yourself be shut down because you need a little bit of oxygen is not an option to some of these guys, and they sure enjoy getting out and enjoying their retirement in the backcountry. And this is home for us, and we love it. There's a lot to it, and in every direction there is ruins and rock art to visit and explore. And my list just keeps getting bigger. I hear about a new thing and have to go explore and see it, and we keep people busy for months.
We have a world-class museum that I feel like is under-marketed for sure, and that is Edge of the Cedars State Park Museum. They've got 2 stories of just phenomenal artifacts that they've been able to collect and preserve. The museum itself is built around a kiva, which was existing and real, and it's got wood that's been put over, and then they compact that with the dirt. And so if you were walking over it, you wouldn't really know what it was, but there's a small hole with a ladder going down. Really awesome educational piece for people looking to learn about Bears Ears and about this region and the Anasazi people that once dwelled here. Worth coming down just for that even.
It's just a wonderful country, and there's a lot of it. Just a country that needs to be seen and appreciated. So come on down and enjoy yourself.
With history and scenery like this, we certainly will. In Blanding, I'm Stephen Heumann.
Hey, it's product review time here at Your Leisure. And today, as I promised earlier in the show, we're going to talk to you about the Case Overland Trailer. These are made in South Africa. They're extremely light, but they're extremely strong. They're all metal construction, and they're designed to take the elements. This is a fun machine, and the fact that it weighs in at about 400 pounds means that you can throw it behind your Razor or your Ranger or your Talon, and you can take it into the backcountry. So overlanding doesn't mean you just have to have a big fancy Jeep or van. Now you can take your side-by-side and go anywhere in the world. Let's find out about it. This particular model comes with the optional tent rack on it with a tent co-tent. These actually go up extremely easy. It takes start to finish about 7 minutes to completely set your camp up. There's a lot to look at down here on the bottom, so let's get comfy and take a look. Look at the quality of the construction, how heavy those components are that this thing is made of. It's got 4 stabilizers that are removable on each corner. Those hinges are not going to fail on you. Now, if you take a look underneath the chassis, you'll see it's got a full-size spare. It has a 4,500-pound axle on it for a trailer that weighs 400 pounds. It also has a 6-leaf spring configuration on it, so this can handle a lot of payload if it needs to. On either side of the unit, it's got these racks, these jerry can racks. On the other side, this one's got gas. On this side, it's equipped with culinary water, which if you're in the backcountry, 20 liters of water is pretty handy. Want a drink? All right, when you come around the front, the hitch is going to look really different. That's because this comes from South Africa and they have a different way of doing things there. When you drop it down, it locks into place. Safety chains are kind of different in South Africa. They basically just pop over the hitch, which leads me to something else. Follow me. Read this. This is a 50-millimeter ball. That means that you cannot use a regular 2-inch ball on it. It's kind of built-in theft-proof, but don't lose the ball. To fully understand how this works, watch how easy this is to go up. It takes 7 minutes to fully assemble your house. And voila, 7 minutes later, you have your abode. Come on in, let's take a look. On the inside, you will see that you've got basically your balcony or your loft and your main area. So if you're at a point where you actually got a growing family, you can start with a trailer when you're young, you're single, you're married, and then as you expand, there's room down here to put another full-sized mattress and a place for a couple of kids to sleep. Okay, so there you have the tour. It really is a very simplistic machine. It's designed to be durable and live out there on the Serengeti. So if you want to be one of the cool guys who lives his life on the Serengeti, remember there are two models. There's a 53-inch one that you can tow behind your ATV, and then there's this 60-inch model that you can put behind your Wolverine, your Razor, your Talon, and go overlanding on your side-by-side. That's it for our product review, our What's New here on At Your Leisure. We'll be back with more of our chillin' at Maple Grove in a minute.
I'm starving. When am I going to have the Rooski burgers?
Rooski burgers, for Pete's sake. Hi, everybody.
I'm not being politically incorrect.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're up here at Maple Grove Campground, and we're doing our day of nothing. Okay, nothing, no excitement, except maybe cooking. So what Rhea's talking about are Russian hamburgers, and we discovered these when we had some people that moved from Russia to Salt Lake, and we kind of adopted them. And they went back to get their stuff in San Francisco. They had to wait months for it. And so we're on our way to get their possessions, and we drove them out there, and they brought their own food with them because they were afraid they wouldn't be able to buy any on the trip. They were just used to scarcity.
Yeah.
And they were the most delicious burgers. They were little burgers with these tiny buns that were kind of like a potato-y taste, and they just had meat on them and something like goat cheese.
So we're going to reenact it.
So we're going to reenact
with Yardley's premium beef.
as best we can out here in the wilderness.
Right here, the best beef ever.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, baby. Look at those.
So we're going to take these burgers and make these sandwiches, and it's going to take a minute. So let's find out what some of our neighbors think now they can smell our cooking.
We're at a place called Maple Grove between Scipio and Salina, about halfway in between the two towns.
Yeah.
Really cool little campsite. You wouldn't want to come here because it's too nice. We come down here 3 or 4 times a year probably. It's just a little piece of heaven on earth, and we totally enjoy it.
This is a place really for everybody. I mean, people that are just traveling through and wanting to spend the night. The water, the creek is just incredible to be around. I think there's just something about water that makes you, just the peace of it, and this is a nice time of year. Actually, all year long it's nice, but this is a really beautiful time right now.
You can see the beautiful colors. It's just, the weather is nice, it's quiet, we love it. It's one of our favorite ways to end the camping year.
Really nice hiking, just really nice paths that have been made for years and years. So.
Well, this is just like our family. Our kids are grown. They don't always have the time to come and go, but our camping family has time.
It may vary anywhere from 10 or more to just
Us.
6 of us or whatever. It just depends on who can make it to wherever we're going.
All right, you can quit salivating. Here they are.
Oh my goodness, those look lovely.
Have yourself a little.
So did you already put the
yes.
cream cheese,
oh, yeah.
goat cheese stuff on it?
They're already done.
We have to say grace.
Indeed.
Thank you, God, for our food and these wonderful, beautiful Yardley cows that gave us this pleasure of eating them today.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Woo, these look good.
Well, take one, Rhea. I've been waiting for you to try it.
Oh, see, look at that. This reminds me of something like this, like a Greek burger or something.
Kind of.
You know?
It's very, very, very
Yeah.
simple. The buns are too big. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got a lot of bun going on here.
Yeah, it
I'm
should
just going
be
to take some of it off.
Smaller bun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I see neighbors up there in the woods peeking to see if we're done with the burger, so we're going to share with them. I'm sorry you don't get one, but we're going to go to eat along the way instead.
We'll give you the recipe.
Yeah.
I'm Scott Huntsman with Tunags here at Tibble Fork Reservoir with the Utah Jeep Crew and the U.S. Forest Service. It's National Public Lands Day, and we're headed up to Schaefer Fork and ultimately to Forest Lake to do a little trail maintenance. Maintaining trails is very labor intensive, and the Forest Service relies heavily on volunteers. The time they spend doing things like trash cleanup or repairs is crucial. Today we're extending a fence to block off a section that was unfortunately created by people going off the designated trail.
And so they'll see a rock garden like we have over there and try to bypass it rather than, which often means going through the bush and creating a new road like this, which we are very much trying to avoid. And the reason we do that is to have less environmental impact on the area and ensure that everything kind of remains good looking and we don't take too much, create too much damage in the area. We want to make sure that everybody can continue to come up and enjoy it and still have a beautiful area to look at as well.
The Forest Service lacks the off-road capabilities of the Jeep Crew, and so they team up for everyone's benefit.
That's the beauty of trying to do these projects and trying to do these things, is leaving it better than the way that we found it. Because we want to make sure that we're working very closely with the Forest Service, with anything that's on BLM land or Division of Natural Resources, any of those guys, we want to make sure that we're working very, very close.
We want to make sure that our voice is heard and ensure that we have an opinion and say in what goes on. And it provides the Forest Service the resources that they need, because they really don't have the resources to ensure that all of these trails are maintained and open.
With over 8,000 members on the Utah Jeep Crew Facebook group, it's a great online resource for new and seasoned off-road enthusiasts alike. But they rely on a small group of committed members to pull off projects like this.
Just getting into Jeep Crew, just start coming to trail runs, hangouts, service projects, meetings. What we're trying to do right now is get more people involved, get more members, get more active, people coming into the club. If you're involved, you're going to be a full-time member. We've got a lot of plans for Jeep Crew for next year. A lot of those are going to involve this trail here, all the way up to Forest Lake.
It's probably the most important aspect to me, is making sure that we maintain our trails and our environment, and that we still have these beautiful places to come to. Because this would be awful if this got shut down, and so we'll be here to make sure that doesn't.
All right, guys, hey, all the volunteers that came up with their Jeeps today have knocked this fence project out about an hour and a half. Not bad. Everybody worked together very well. And Brett, who's part of the club, he brought Fat Boys. So you're probably saying to yourself, I want to volunteer, but I don't own a Jeep. Well, you're in luck.
You don't actually have to have a Jeep to join Jeep Crew, which is the beauty of it. We came up here and did a kind of a trash cleanup a couple of weeks ago, and we had expeditions, we had a Suzuki Vitara, we had, side-by-side on one of our runs.
There you have it. Don't let anything stop you from volunteering and making a difference in the great outdoors. For this week's Along the Way for At Your Leisure, I'm Scott Huntsman.
Wow, what a hike.
It's gorgeous.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are down here at Maple Grove, and Rhea, in her exploring, found something. What do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know. It just looks like a It looks like, when I came up on it, I was like, okay, the Pioneer girls were here and the Pioneer boys were there, and then they had like a little band, and maybe they did a little square dancing. I don't know, it just looks like a wonderful place to be.
You know, a lot of these Forest Service campgrounds were built by the CCC, just like this one was back in the 1930s. So it's got that Depression era construction ethic to it. And they really make for a lot of history and nostalgia out here when you're wandering around the public lands.
Oh, this is just, it's so beautiful out here. I can't believe we've never spotted this place.
I know. Well, now everybody, all of our friends have.
You guys got to come out here because it's fabulous.
You can come, but don't tell anybody.
Yes. Bring your friends, bring your family.
Now, I have a different vision here.
What do you have?
I see the mountain lion coming up behind the bride and groom while the preacher's getting them married.
Then you get out your bear spray.
Exactly. Anyway, right now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, it's going to be a spooky good time as we celebrate Halloween with, the Pirates of the Provo River.
Then the fun continues as Reese Stein is back to show off one of the spookiest places in all of Utah as he takes us for a hike where the goblins and gargoyles spring from the rocks.
Finally, here's a question. If you were to match a pumpkin against a car, who's going to take the most damage? We'll show you the answer next week and you may be surprised. Now let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Christy Patterson, and it looks like she's the lucky winner of a $400 gift certificate to TuneX.
TuneX offers the best repairs and upgrades for your motorized needs. Visit tunex.com for more info. Congratulations, Christy, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Hey, and for those of you who didn't win today, if you'd like one more chance, just go to our Facebook page to enter our Butter Steaks giveaway for your chance to win one of 3 free steak sampler gift boxes from buttersteaks.com. Enter now through October 27th at facebook.com/AYLTV.
And don't forget, on November 5th and 6th is the 3rd annual rally in Bullfrog Valley at Tickaboo Lodge.
The rally includes guided rides, great food, and prizes for the most dino-tastic dressed-up machine. The AYL crew will be there, so come down and join in the fun.
Oh my gosh, well, I hate to say it, but we got to end this day. We had so much fun.
Well, this whole lot of nothing wouldn't have been possible without Stedman's Recreation, where they have those cool case trailers and the bikes, the Yamaha bikes.
They were so much fun.
Yeah, you guys have got plenty to do, but we still got a lot of nothing to do. Thanks for joining us on At Your Leisure. Remember, there is adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
And watch the bloopers from this show.
Woo! Give me a swing, honey.
Okay, At Your Leisure.
Woo!
Whoa!